Let's go sightseeing in Kanto. Our first stop is Digletts Cave. This tunnel connects Route 2 to Vermilion City. The Pokemon Diglett claims this cave as its home. The entry on Route 2 is difficult to find, so we begin our journey from Vermilion City. Waves splash lazily against the city's edge as you walk by. The SS Anne, short for steamship, is harbored in the docks nearby. On your left is a rocky cliff face with an arch opening, Digletts Cave. It's remarkable how every cave opening looks the same in Kanto. The entries must be man-made, tall enough for the average human to walk through without bumping their head on the ceiling. Mount Moon had bright red rock, but here everything is a dirt brown earth color. It's easy on the eyes and prevents Pokemon from camouflaging. As you enter the cave, a Zubat rustles on walls above. They are the only creature to coexist with the Digletts here. You climb down the ladder to the floor below. The floor is still at first, but as you stand quietly, you can see and feel rumbles in the ground. Something pokes into the ground a few steps ahead. It's very nondescript looking, a brown mound of similar color to the rocks. It has a pink, circular nose and skinny, vertical eyes. You can't see a mouth on it, but it probably has one. These creatures are the Digletts. Sometimes they make quiet, squeaking sounds. You take a small step towards it, but it burrows under the ground before your foot lands. Digletts are speedy creatures. You begin to walk down the passage. It's mostly a regular tunnel with dim lighting at each end from the outside. The ground is flat and the walls even. You see a large figure near the end of the tunnel. It looks like three Digletts next to each other, moving in unison. As you get closer, you realize they are one creature. It's a Dug Trio. Are they joined underneath the ground? How do they move? The Dug Trio is eyeing you closely. It seems apprehensive. Digletts are passive creatures that rarely disturb trainers, but a Dug Trio poses more of a threat. You're not sure if your Pokemon are strong enough to tackle this foe. You decide to wait in the middle of the tunnel until Dug Trio returns to the underground. You hear the SS Anne horn in the distance. It must be departing from Vermilion City. Other than that, the area is silent. Dug Trio gets bored of you and burrows under in the blink of an eye. You climb your way up and out to Route 2, checking for any Zubats on the way. A pale pink creature moves carefully through thickets of dry, tall grass. It is silent on its feet, but it's so rotund that the grass bristles from the movement. This creature does not prey on others. It nibbles on fruit and berries that it finds, even the grass sometimes. With just a few steps, the tundra transforms to wetlands. The creature nimbly steps through the mud to reach clean, bright green grass and crystal clear lakes. Only one place can house so many biomes and elusive, cute Pokemon. The Safari Zone. You are far in your journey by the time you reach Fuchsia City. It's a small area home to unusual characters, fishermen, ninjas, an old man with gold teeth. His name is Baoba, and he is the one who introduces you to the Safari Zone. There's grim, square enclosures positioned among the city homes, fencing off the path in inconvenient ways. You have to walk around a motionless Pokeball, a huge but gentle sea creature, and a bipedal mammal Pokemon with a baby in her pouch. All of them sit in the middle of their squares, looking sad. After weaving through the enclosures, you reach the Safari Zone. It's the focal point of Fuchsia City, a square building at the back among the trees. You can see it from most angles due to the uphill sloping. The warden Baoba meets you inside. He's mumbling, but you can make out just enough to understand. He lost his teeth inside the safari. They could be near the back. Without them, no one can understand him, and he can't chomp on his food. It's a real dilemma. Theoretically, a knowledgeable warden like Baoba should be able to find those teeth himself, but he wants you to take the challenge. You agree, knowing that there could be a reward. He pats you on the back and leads you outside. The rules of the Safari Zone are simple. Pay 500, get 500 steps in the Safari Zone, and 30 Safari Balls. The Safari Balls function like a regular Pokeball, but they have a green-brown pattern like the marsh. Any balls not used must be returned. A bell rings as you start. The first area is parkland. The grass is neatly clipped and soft on your feet. It's a lovely floral area, but Pokemon poop shows easily on the short grass. Most Pokemon don't dwell here, as they could be spotted easily. Taking care not to step on any poop, you move through to some drier bushland. The grass pales and the trees begin to clear, letting harsh sunlight bear down on you. It's warm on your face. You pause for a moment to enjoy the sun. There's a step limit, but you could technically stand in one place all day if you wanted to. Does that mean the zone is open all night? Finding these lost teeth could be tiring in a large place like this. As you move through the tall grass, giant insects move around you. You catch glimpses of sharp brown pincers and vivid green scythes. They're buzzing and growling, but they don't attack you. Maybe they are disgruntled with each other's company. As the Safari Zone is a business, your safety is guaranteed. The wild Pokemon don't battle with trainers here. You're not sure why or how they are controlled. It must be an old secret kept by the warden. When you run into a bird, it awkwardly stands around holding a stick. Upon closer inspection, it's holding a leek, a long, slender vegetable used in soups. It squawks at you as if waiting for something. You open your safari bag and throw some bait at the bird. It pecks at the ground, enjoying the treat, then flaps away into the bushes. Shouldn't bait make the Pokemon more friendly to you? It's a confusing system. You continue through as the grass gets thinner, revealing a dusty, cracked earth underneath. The path branches into different areas. You can see a swamp to the left, a cluster of trees ahead, and small rocky mountains to the right. You go through the trees. This biome is more like a forest. The grass is green once again and thick. The trees provide shade from the harsh sun. A stream trickles through the trees. You decide to wait and see if any Pokemon will come for a drink. It's not long before you feel heavy footsteps within reach. It's not a huge creature, but it definitely weighs more than you do. Thud, thud. Suddenly a giant tongue whips out to the stream, splashing water on you. A pink body wriggles forward to hydrate, the tongue whipping back and forth at a high speed. This could only be a Lickitung. A huge pink tail sprouts behind it, curving up towards its head, then back down, close to the ground. The tail is almost the same size as its body. It seems to be a lizard, standing on its front feet. You're not sure. A Lickitung could be fun to battle with, that's for sure. But you're not here to catch tongues, you're here to catch teeth. You let the Lickitung go and continue standing silently in the trees. There's more heavy steps not far from you. Has the Lickitung returned? There's heavy breathing too. It's not Lickitung, it's Taurus, a large bull with 2 sharp horns and 3 tails. Taurus are temperamental creatures, so you do your best to keep still. It kneels down and laps the fresh water. You are positive it wouldn't be so relaxed if it saw you watching. The Taurus has a mane of thick, shiny brown fur. You imagine it would be soft to touch. After a moment, the Taurus moves on, as do you. The forest is relaxing to stride through, but you're aware that each step brings you closer to getting kicked out. At the end of the forest path is a small rest hut, smoke billowing from the chimney. You could check inside to see if anyone found the teeth already. Instead, you walk around the house to the back. The area is a wide open stretch. Something gold catches the sunlight. True to the warden's word, there at the back lays his gold teeth. You wish you had gloves to pick them up. You pry open a safari bowl and scoop the teeth inside carefully. As if on cue, the bell rings and you are called back to the entry. Warden Baoba doesn't bother cleaning his teeth. He gratefully pops them back in straight from the safari ball. As predicted, you get a worthwhile prize. It's a hidden machine, a small device that is no longer hiding. You're not sure how it works, but this machine can teach your Pokémon how to push heavy boulders. With the HM Strength ability, you can explore even more of the expansive Kanto region. But that will have to be next time.